Welcome to the end of the world.
No, it's just
the Afterworlds podcast.
How's it going, Wastelanders? This is your host, Parker, coming to you every week from out of the bunker and into your ears from WKZED Junktown Radio, bringing you tips, tricks, and tactics to survive in a world full of cyborgs, robots, zombies, and mutants. This is the last talk radio show on Earth. DJ 9000, my robotic compatriot, how are you doing today?
Oh, excellent, Parker. Thank you.
You know, I actually sat and listened to the radio broadcast last night, the elevator music. I was unaware that there were so many different elevator songs.
There really are. There's a massive collection. Yeah, I've only ever played 10% of it on the radio.
Well, I mean, last night when at about 2 o'clock in the morning, they kicked on a what was that, a dubstep remix of elevator music?
Oh yeah, sometimes at between 3:30 and 4:30 a.m. we'll have the remix hour, where we take modern adaptations of classic elevator jingles. It's a fun little time we have.
I really like the fact that you're very genre specific, but the genre that you're specific to is specifically elevator music and not actually the style that it's played in.
Oh, no, yeah. Specifically elevator.
Really reaches across the aisle, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's the great unifier, I think.
And, Harvey, you're still here.
Yeah.
For our listeners out there, Harvey has been here for, the last month and a half after fixing the radio station equipment here, and you just haven't needed to go.
Why? Parker, are you trying to kick me out?
No, I'm just, as far as I know, this show is actually just DJ 9000 and I, but I love having you here.
Oh, good, because I like being here. Not many places will accept a cybernetic mutant like myself. I'm an outcast from both most android communities and most mutant communities, so here where I'm accepted for who I am, I greatly enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, the flesh and the secretions and the leavings and what you do to bathrooms would definitely be something that might get you kicked out of a robot colony, I believe.
That'll happen.
And not once have you complained.
Right, it's true. I like to keep complaints to myself. I don't think it really helps to complain too much.
That's the spirit. Yeah, use that energy in a more constructive way.
And the weird things that happen to technology around you, and how small pieces of technology just seem to disappear and integrate themselves with your carapace, might make you a little bit of an outcast in a mutant society, I think.
The accidental pilfering of others' goods through electromagnetism is generally frowned upon in any given society.
Right? Well, I mean, I was walking past you the other day, and all of a sudden my watch just leapt right off of my arm, and I haven't seen it again.
It's integrating into my thumb. And, did you know it is now... Are these old school numbers? Look at this! Wow, it's not like a half-past morning or, a thumb's width from darkness. No, it is 12:45 p.m. That's, wow.
What does that even mean?
I mean, look, it's a relic.
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to understand a lot more of the day-keeping time here. I think that translates to about halfway. That would be the time that 12:45 translates to. About halfway.
About halfway to almost just halfway?
Right. Yeah. Right in that area.
Okay, yeah, no, that works out. Okay. All right.
Well, today, I mean, as we discussed in the break room, you're going to tell us about some of the dangers that we could see out there in the wasteland. And as a happenstance, we're also going to learn about a large proportion of our listeners.
Yes. Welcome, everyone, to Harvey's ZED Talk. We're going to get you the survival skills that you'll need to survive out there in the wastelands against these different undead perpetrators.
for longtime listeners of the show, we're talking about our dead with a splash of alive.
Yeah, the mindless, cadaverous, cannibalistic hordes.
Like BP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how you doing over there, BP? Still hiding out in Seymour? Yep, I'm gonna assume that's okay.
That sounded pretty fair.
Well, I mean, he's managed to be pulled about halfway up the wall by Seymour, the crimson mold over there in that corner.
Oh, yeah.
With flower petals as teeth. Such a beautiful and horrifying creature.
Yeah, it looks like something out of an H.R. Geiger novel.
I mean, it's looking like some weird thing.
Definitely some sort of creature thing. Let's standard procedure. Let's completely ignore it and move on.
Look away. So, let's start our ZED Talk with BP here. He would be a classic walker. Classic walkers are your most standard zombie. 80% of the time. I mean, would you agree with this, DJ? That about 80% of the undead are just mindless, shambling walkers.
Oh, yeah, easily. That's a conservative number, I'd say, too.
I mean, is it technically still a walker in its shucked form?
Well, I mean, no, we have BP'd it. We have backpacked it. It has become a shucked zombie. So it's a shucker, as opposed to a walker. I mean, you can't even put a shucker on the list because it's now a tool as opposed to a monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, walkers tend to do what they used to do in life, and a lot of people really didn't do much that was important.
So they just sit around consuming media, like our listeners.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, every burnt out old house is usually home to a small cluster of Zeds.
Just staring at the TV.
Or what's left of it.
Yeah, where it should be.
So how would someone who doesn't have really much experience out there deal with your standard walker? What is the usual encounter?
Oh, well, my personal favorite is distract and strike. You see, I like to get their attention. They're easily distracted. You know, a little bit of raw meat here, they're drawn by the smell. You throw off a little beeping toy like a mama doll. You know, you throw that off into a corner, easily distracts them. Their hearing is impeccable. So you distract them so they show you the back of their head, and then you take the nearest blunt trauma object and bludgeon at the back of the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Would DJ, is that the classic deadpanning?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's classic deadpan. You know, if you can get something pointy, you know, puncturing the skull is also a good move. Really, just aim for the head. I think is at the end of the day, that's sound advice.
You're actually allowed to say one deadpan joke as you strike or just after you've killed your zombie assailant. You get one really good deadpan.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be of a certain quality. You're not allowed to just...
Oh yeah, I mean,
like if you were caught in a kitchen and found an ice pick and you stick him in the neck and to the brain and bring it down and be like, I had no quarrel to pick with you.
Yeah, exactly. You find yourself in an orchard, and but before you smack them, you can ask them if they like apples, and then after you smack them, you can ask them how they liked those apples.
If I were to sneak up on a Zed with a baseball bat while he was distracted and hit him with the bat, I could then say, "Nana, nana, 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 Batman."
Yeah. Wow.
Well, no, because you could never kill one with your puny arms.
Well, that's accurate.
Well, I mean, what if I had chemical assistance from the RG43 chemical?
Yeah, power gloves too. That'd work.
Yeah, you're still taking that, aren't you?
I'm not taking anything. I just
bathing. Right?
Bathe. Yeah.
You just absorb it topically.
Yeah, I mean, I have taken one of the spare 5-gallon buckets down in the bunker, filled it with ancient spice body wash, and then mixed together all of the various high-tech super science chemicals to create a version of soap that imbues you with all of those chemicals at once. And for some reason, I'm not dead.
Who wouldn't do that, really?
Yeah, if you had the opportunity. So, with that chemical assistance, okay, yeah, you're Nana Batman. Yeah, I allow it. Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really catching on.
I mean, I can't just sit here and not learn. This is one of the greatest educational shows to ever grace the wasteland.
Oh, yeah, easily.
It's probably the only one.
Much better than ABC, What Is This Growing Out of Me?
Can you... ABC, Why Is This Growing Out of Me? What was that?
Oh, yeah, of course you wouldn't have heard that. It was a children's program that WKZED had for a while. Just helping children through difficult mutations, stuff like that.
Helping them, adjust to the new world.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because, a lot of people got a lot of weird mutations, so especially the little ones, the tykes,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some were helpful, but, others were quite debilitating.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like the guy with the foot for a forehead.
Yeah, that's just not useful. But the guy who had the forehead for a foot.
Oh, man, he could really smash guys. It was crazy. He had that roundhouse.
Yeah. The flying headbutt kick is nothing to be trifled with.
Yeah, see, unfortunately, the foot wasn't like heel first on his forehead. No, it was toe first. The only time he tried to headbutt someone, he would just stub his toes.
Mm-hmm.
Who hosted that show?
Oh,
Deadman.
Deadman.
Oh.
He did.
I didn't know he had quite the heart.
Yeah, he doesn't like to brag about it, but also he ate several of the children guests, but we don't talk about that really usually for legal reasons.
And we're talking about Deadman, the radio host who lives here in the bunker and is also a zombie.
Yeah, the one who tried to eat you for just 3 or 4 weeks straight.
The owner of the facility itself.
Yeah.
Right. The one with the room full of caps.
He told us that we cannot talk about the room that does not exist.
Yeah, the room that doesn't exist for legal reasons.
Right. The one that is totally not there and full of the currency used in the wasteland.
Yeah, that's the one.
My pockets say that there is no room. There's no room that exists like that.
And if I had pockets, they'd agree.
Well, speaking of caps, I've been making some really good money off of selling this hyper chemicalized, totally not a drug soap, and I have, but I'm saving up for when eventually we're able to go out into the world after we've learned all of the survival that we're going to need. I've been saving up for the G7000 plasma thrower. Would a G7000 plasma thrower be an effective weapon against walkers?
Oh, overkill, I think, would be appropriate. But yeah, so it would work.
Yeah, you more have to worry about the faster ones when it comes to that. Then you're gonna have to work on your training and accuracy, like the frenzied. They're like your walkers that used to do track or morning joggers, those types. Their bodies are all so much more limber than regular couch potato Zeds, and so they kept that kind of pace, and they kind of are stuck on sprint all the time. Always. Yeah, wicked fast, like a rad cheetah.
A rad cheetah? How do you get one of those?
Nanites? Don't ask.
Mm-hmm. It's best to not when it comes to the nanites.
Next!
Honestly.
Moving on!
Yeah.
All right, accepted. So you've got incredibly fast zombies out there. You said that they were the frenzied, right?
Yeah.
Are they as easily distracted and handled?
They're a little bit more manic, but similar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they could bite through armor made of cassette tapes, as we discussed in our last episode?
How many cassette tapes?
203.
Thick?
Like stacked on top of each other?
Yeah.
Kind of like scale mail.
Mm.
I would say probably no.
See, I was going to say yes for the first few bites, maybe, as long as you're not in a high joint area.
I think they could probably crush through 3 thickness pretty easily. When when you no longer have feeling in your muscles, you kind of go beyond your limits when you go, all or nothing. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
So these zombies, I've also heard them referred to as the infected. What are they infected with, and can we just disinfect them?
What? Like what? Just stick some Lysol in your veins? Yeah, like that's gonna work. Pfft. Come on, man, science.
Yeah, they tried that. That actually doesn't work.
People died.
Yeah, it's actually a very specific strain they're infected with. It's called Astrotellum gangrene.
That's the one that the aliens brought.
Oh yeah, yep. You can tell because it's got Astro in the name.
I remember there being some sort of entire YouTube channel that people could check out to find out more information on the history of how that happened.
Yeah, there is actually.
I wonder if anybody will ever find it.
Yeah, I think it's got to be archived somewhere. Somebody should probably take a look.
On a closed network somewhere. In a bunker.
So the infected, yeah? We've got, just like BP here, I know that I have almost been bitten by 5 people who have been affected by this infection. And as we have seen, quite a few of our guests have been infected with this, but are not complete monsters like BP over there. So these fast-moving undead, do they make better or worse backpacks if you shuck them?
Yes.
So they're a better and worse backpack?
Yeah, see, it's much harder to obtain it, so there's a high risk involved, because, they flail faster, they bite faster. Excuse me. Oh, but they also are that much better at defending your gear because that little snapping turtle technique, when they're all nicely shucked, they snaps real fast, like. So yeah, it's a much more dangerous but effective backpack.
Okay.
Now, the ones you gotta worry about are the stiffs. They kind of walk around like, what's that old Silver Age, stitched monster dude? Not me.
Oh, like the Frankenbeans monster.
Yeah. So you know how the Frankenbeans has his arms all extended out, going. Rah, rah. It's kind of how these guys move, but like their arms have gone into rigor mortis, and so they're like hard as rock. They're almost petrified. So I mean, you can beat on those shoulders and hips all you want, but they don't lie. They don't fall apart.
They're kind of unshuckable.
Yeah, they're unshuckable. They're the anti-BP. They're just kind of useless, honestly. I haven't found a use for them. I like to try to think outside the box when dealing with Zeds, but these guys are just, I don't know, they're encumbersome, annoyingly so.
Seems like you could get them to hold a door.
Yeah, and maybe if they got limited function, they can ask if you rang.
Is there anything specifically that you can tell that these stiffs used to do before they became in the infected?
Lawyers.
Oh, lawyers.
Just stiffs, you know?
Well, yeah.
Stiffing it to the man, just stiffing other people.
Mm-hmm.
Average stiffs. You know, the guys that have a stick up their bum, just can't seem to shake it. Yeah, those stiffs.
Stiff it to you,
Never really complained about too much. Their upper lip is pretty strong.
Mm-hmm. Stiff, as it were.
Mm-hmm. Though I heard they were great in the sack.
Is that a sex thing?
So speaking of sex things, Spitter's next.
On
the list of least dangerous to most dangerous, Spitters are kind of like your average walkers, except these ones engorged quite a bit of junk food in their day, and now they're literally eating junk all the time, and it just roils and boils in their belly, and they just regurgitate at people.
It's really more akin to projectile vomiting, but projectile vomiter doesn't really roll off the tongue, so Spitter works.
Is there an infected PR system?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, public relations. The person who decides whether or not these the names are better. Market research.
I think it's just done kind of collectively, right? Just whatever names stick.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's also local colloquialisms.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ,
Yeah.
what do they call them way up in the north in the colder sectors?
Oh, what do they call spitters up north?
Yeah.
Oh, they yeah, they call them spittoons, I think is the dialect up there.
Oh, all right, yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah, getting chased by a handful of spittoons. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a platoon of spittoons?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that's it. 7 or more, right? Platoon of spittoons, right?
So, 7 or more, platoon, those toony guys, yeah. You also had, besides people that ate a lot of junk food, a lot of these Zeds, act out what they used to be, which is where you get like those creepy nurses. Whew, yeah, I can't stand those. They seem to lurk in the old hospital buildings. They don't leave very often, except like to and from where maybe like their homes used to be. But they're still dressed in their nurses like blues and pinks and scalpels and masks and stethoscopes and bleeding from everything.
Everywhere.
Was that like Miss Stitches?
Like when Miss Stitches got her neck snapped.
Yeah, pre-squirrel.
Okay.
And then imagine, though, that if it saw another dead with a splash of life, would actually administer like a emergency zombie triage. Like, think of the worst stitches woven possible. They're effective, but damn.
Give it a Zasprin, right? Wrap it up with a Zandage, right?
Yeah, a little Zandage bandage, it's the zombie brand. You see, there's a rebel faction out there that's all about the true dead's rights and how we don't actually officially recognize the true dead. And they've been fighting back pretty hard.
Yeah, they actually just developed the Neosporin to ensure infection states, right?
Right. They're trying to keep infection going, keeping Zed strong.
Man, I bet that they really hate the Zombitol chemical designed to suppress the infection and keep the hunger down in people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They try to destroy
they
it.
get hit with a couple catapults full of Zeds.
They'd be mad about what we did to BP.
I mean, the fact that he's still around, they gotta give us that.
They'd be mad about your Zombitol soap too, but
What are they gonna do, bite you?
Yeah, exactly. It seems pretty good.
it's the apocalypse. There's gonna be mad people no matter what you do.
That's actually a survival skill to know. Someone's always gonna be mad at you.
Yep, that's true.
No matter what you do, no matter how hard you try to be friends with everyone, someone's gonna stab you in the back. It's just inevitable.
Well, so far, I guess we've lucked out.
Yeah.
It would appear so.
Yeah, we've had all sorts of people who could or would have eaten and beat us all.
Yeah,
Two-Fisted steal our beer.
yeah. I was gonna point that out too. He did take a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but at least we've got sharesies, right?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
True.
I really wish we had some paper clips though. Right now.
Maybe some washers for you.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Binder clip, maybe.
Speaking of which, I remember that candy corn I got.
I do.
This one's actually petrified. I used it to replace a tooth.
Oh wow.
Wow, useful.
If you sit on them for like 12 hours, they get soft enough to eat. That's
I've
the
been
trick.
using this one to eat the others. Kind of a cannibalistic trait.
Well, that's fun.
Right.
Before the war, candy corn was only produced one time in 1818, and every year they just repackage the remnants and sell them again.
Makes sense.
Tell me that's not true.
That's how they make candy corn now too.
They're just still repackaging the remnants every year?
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like there's a great reserve.
Oh, no, they just did one production run because candy corn is nasty.
Yeah, nobody eats it.
What? Give me that bag, man. No one else like candy corn. I'm gonna make a reaping on this tasty treat.
I'm pretty sure every year you'll end up with an entire bag of them, and then I bet if you marked them, you'd still find some of your marked ones the next year.
I'll have to try that. Maybe go way out in the woods, bury him out there in my hidey hole. You know, try to avoid the stalkers.
Oh, the candy corn goblins will find it. They don't.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch about the CCGs.
Yeah. Well, the candy corn company employs candy corn goblins to go collect it all. That's how they get it back, right?
They're not actually goblins. It's just like their title, their job description.
Yeah.
Anyone can be a CCG.
Yeah, really. Yeah. You
do find a lot of the minuscule mutants do tend to join up. Like, it is definitely aimed at that community.
You definitely spend enough time rooting through feces that you can be considered a goblin, regardless of your species.
That is the best place to find corn.
It is, right? Even candy corn, because you pop a turd open. There's a kernel right there, right?
I actually don't poop.
Well, the candy corn would explain that.
No, I just process everything into the rest of my body. Basically, the electricity that comes out of me would be my excrement.
Well, I mean, the smoke coming out of the stacks on your engine on your back.
Mm-hmm.
That would be gas. I mean, I gotta process this energy, mate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why it usually smells like butt in here.
I just thought that's what the apocalypse smelled like.
Just me, baby. Just me.
Yeah, that's specifically him.
I'm gonna have to make sure I inform our guests.
Well, if you just, helped me change my diet, I'm sure the exhaust would be less intrusive.
Oh, you want some help? Step 1, stop eating fucking candy corn. That's your first step there, Harvey.
You make a good point.
We need to get you some leafy greens.
I bet you feel healthy already.
Wait,
yeah, wow.
Some what?
Yeah, what?
Some leafy greens.
What the hell's that?
Well, and down in the bunker, I've got a hydroponics garden.
I mean, he's saying words, but I don't understand them.
Yeah, it sounds more like gibberish.
Well, in the future, we should do a cooking episode, and I'll show you all how salad works.
Wait, what does that have to do with spelling? I know about Hooked on Phonics.
Salad? Is that what you just said?
I mean, it's a collection of leafy greens that you throw in a little bit of extra, accoutrement.
Yeah. You mean chop and toss?
Oh, yeah, chop and toss.
Yeah, that's a chop and toss. You said salad? How is that? What is that? That's weird. Why would you call it that?
It's an old pre-war phrase.
It's like a sad child, a sad lad.
Yeah, sad lad, wow. That's a whole different food type, and it's pretty fucked up to eat. I'm going to be honest. You don't want to eat a sad lad.
Yeah, I don't eat lad.
Yeah, well, I bet that the smell in here wouldn't approve anything at all if we were eating sad lads.
No. But it would help if we got some chop and tosses. That's your damn right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of it smelling like beef and broken glass.
Mm-hmm. Shame. Regret.
A lot of shame.
Well, speaking of broken glass, I was wandering around the station the other night, and I found out that one of our windows on the top floor actually got smashed open the other day. But I couldn't see any way that anybody would get up there. It's on, like, the 3rd floor of this building.
Yeah, but I mean, there's... Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't gone over stalkers.
What's a stalker?
They're, So you know how we describe them with, like, dead with a splash of life? This one has, like, a big extra splash. Enough to make them cunning.
Mm-hmm.
They kinda watch you, waiting for the right time to strike. You can't, like, talk to them or reason with them. They're hungry. They're just like a stalking animal.
That's a very accurate description.
So do you think stalkers can climb up to 3rd-story windows?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Easily.
Guys, do you think we have a stalker in here right now?
Yeah, could be.
My Harvey sense isn't tingling.
Okay. Well, we'll have to do a little bit of a station cleanup.
Oh,
see
yeah.
if we can figure it out.
A sweet.
I don't have Harvey sense.
Oh, I know. I do, though.
Oh, can you tell us how many people are in the building?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. 5.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is that counting BP?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that counts BP.
Okay. Well, then that seems about right.
Yeah, we should be good.
I mean, BP and Seymour are kinda one thing now over there.
Does that count yourself?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I count.
Wait, so are you counting yourself in this current count?
Yeah.
Okay, so Parker, the human from in a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
1.
There's Harvey Barrel, the cybernetic mutant.
2.
Oh, I was supposed to count Harvey, too?
Yeah.
Oh, well, 6 then. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So DJ 9000, the android intelligence that runs the radio station.
Yeah, that's me. I'm here.
3.
The Zombadiah Deadman, the unturned radio host who runs the radio station.
4.
BP, the shucked zombie backpack that has phased into the red mold in the corner of the room.
5. Same Seymour.
And does Seymour the red mold count?
Oh, no, he doesn't count.
Okay.
He's not technically sentient.
Well, then we have a visitor.
It looks like we do. The odd part, I didn't count Harvey because he didn't actually sign in when he got here. But our guest did, apparently, which would help indicate that it's a stalker, smart enough to sign in.
Yeah, they still have, like, good handwriting, too, which is always a funny thing. The one that got me is when I found a note that had, like, it said, "Look behind you," but the eye had a little heart. It was so cute before I was assaulted.
Well, I'm glad that I've got the bunker closed up, so I don't get any rats down there.
Well, smart.
Or rat people.
Yeah, wrecking.
Don't want any more of those again.
No, that was a big old mess.
Once is enough. Moving on. So yeah, they can be pretty dangerous. Just keep an eye on them. Usually, if you keep eye contact when you spot one, they get slightly intimidated and will be wary before they attack. Let's see. After that, you got the keggers. They're probably the next most dangerous.
That just sounds like a good time.
You'd think so. It's actually those Chad bros that used to have good times. They kept acting out their old emotions in life and kept trying to consume keggers to almost a fanatical sense. Until eventually they'd unhinge their entire jaw like a giant snake and just consume the keg. Not only beer kegs, but gunpowder kegs, anything keg-like in shape and volatile enough. And
red barrels.
Right. When I was outside for the 10 minutes that I was outside a while ago, I saw 2 red barrels that said explosives on the side of it.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of those laying around.
they're kind of emergency barrels. You see, like, in the Wasteland, there's kind of an unspoken rule for most of us, besides that rebel faction, about making sure to protect your fellow Livy against your deady. So, you know, around certain buildings that are deemed important, we set up these barrels. The community does, you know, everyone from every walk of life. That way, you know, if the horde starts showing up and it gets too dangerous, you can always get your sniper on the roof and take out that barrel and, you know, really give yourself a fighting chance.
Okay. So, you know, the dead really outnumber the living.
Oh, like, I mean, I don't know the numbers. Yo, DJ, you got the numbers for living compared to dead?
Yeah, I got him somewhere in here.
Good to know.
It's in there somewhere.
Okay, but yeah, it's big.
So the keggers, they eat the explosive barrels and the barrels of gunpowder, and then do they like shoot fire out of themselves, or?
No, you just don't want to hit them real close.
Oh,
Big bada boom.
Yeah, they pop.
they just blow up.
Yeah,
That seems squishy.
it is. Really messy, too.
But they're effective. I've seen a whole group of rookies just turn into man paste.
Why does it sound like you could get that at Miss Stitch's store?
But you can.
Because it's only $5.95.
Yeah, man paste. You know the old jingle. It's not a Wednesday without your man paste. You don't know that one?
I don't. I've never.
Oh,
I hadn't heard that one.
well,
yet.
it's true. I mean,
Actually, I heard
objectively.
today's sponsor. Oh yeah,
oh yeah, no, man paste, big sponsor of the show.
we got a lot of unturned listeners.
Yeah, that's it. Every Wednesday, it's all man based commercials, right? Just all day, the whole day, sponsored by man based.
Have you heard the man paste elevator music mix?
It's good.
Dude, the hype is real.
I'll have to make sure that I tune in on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
So that with all of these zombies out there, is there any sort of, like, I don't know, law enforcement you can call to try and get help?
I mean, they have their own ish.
Zombie law enforcement?
They used to be law enforcement. Now they're just zombies with guns.
Mm-hmm.
So did they get infected? Because that just sounds normal.
Right. I mean, luckily they're not that good at aim, but they,
Really poor weapons, too.
let's just say the late 20th century, the, police were overly armed, and there's a lot of, powerful weaponry just in the hands of untrained zombies all over.
Mm-hmm.
So not much has changed.
No, not really.
No, it's about par for course.
AZAB. Yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many other weird and wild things out there. Remind me to tell you about the Wendigo.
Mm-hmm.
The Wendigo.
Yeah, it's like a Wendigo and a dingo. But you'll have to catch that next time.
Looking at the monitors here, looks like we have one of those man paste ads for everybody. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how can you not be excited about man paste?
Parker, don't eat it, please.
Oh, I thought it was a toothpaste.
Oh, it is. That's one thing it can't be.
It's a multi-purpose paste
Paste.
for the dead.
Yeah.
Emphasis for the dead.
Maybe I should keep some on hand in case Chrissy comes by.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
Attention. It is a sanctioned commercial time.
Hi, Jim Reaper here from Man Paste, the incredible man-based paste. Right out of the tub, Man Paste is super thick. It clings to your skin, and it instantly fills gaps and holes. Man Paste seeps deep into hard-to-reach areas. You can spread it, shape it, and in just about any part of your undead form. Use Man Paste on bone, flesh, sinew, and all types of undead surfaces. You can get Man Paste and the entire Man Paste family of products at your local undead-friendly establishment. Man Paste is at least 90% man, may include man-like creatures or manimals. Discontinue use of Man Paste if you are erect for more than 48 hours. Call your local undead doctor for consultation. The Afterworlds podcast was recorded in an improv setting with very little preparation or guidance. Parker was voiced by Udo Long. You can catch him on social media by searching for Afterworlds Game, or find him on Facebook and watch as he battles the tyranny of pointless things like mustard. DJ 9000 was voiced by Alex Ruff. Harvey Barrel was voiced by indie film actor Hunter O'Gwyn. You can find Hunter doing a side role on Fairfield Boys on Amazon Prime Video. And over on Twitch, you can see him DMing D&D for Featherfall Tabletop Gaming.